ladies and gentlemen. I from Canon India thank the organizing committee for giving us an opportunity to share with you all what exactly Canon is thinking about or contributing to in this e-governance. I'd like to begin my presentation. I just like to give you a small information about what Canon is into in terms of its R&D, in terms of its products, in terms of its production. As you can see in the screen, like I mentioned that imaging. Imaging is the technology like Canon is into. It starts from photography through cameras or CCTVs. Imaging is for medical equipments by Canon. Imaging is used for printing by Canon. And the same imaging technology is used for the division I'm right now representing, covering A3 size, MFDs and scanners. In today's presentation for eBihar, we have selected this. This is one motto of Canon, to make a better tomorrow, make it green. Like as I said, like ours are connected to A3 size, MFDs, copier printer you can talk about, or scanners. We are connected to papers in big way. How do we make it green when we use paper? We use electricity in a big way. How we can make it green by using electricity? These are the thought process like what Canon is thinking about. And in our search, we thought of can we make a paperless office? Can we? Then every one of you, every one of us knows that in documentation, paper is a strong media. We just cannot leave it, but can you make it less? In our search, we come across many reports by strong sources like Gartner, who says 1 to 3% of whatever we spend annually is for purchase of papers, in papers. However, the 30% of it, 30% of that paper cost can be saved. That is one direction in the process that Canon is following. So that come with a solution to make things green. In our pursuit to find out what we can contribute in this line to make the world green for more environment-friendly operations, we also come across a report, this again by Gartner, which says only 30% of the total expenses made in printing technology is on hardware. Balance 70% is from other sources, spent for other sources, like for softwares, like for consumables, for servicing, for network infrastructure, etc., etc. 70% is spent on that. Then the question comes is the people around in IT are more into their job profile, or they are diverted to other activities? Since only 30% is on hardware, maybe they are more connected to other, for service, where there is availability of consumable, something like that. What we found, every one of us will accept, that our IT internal staff are into their business, into their profile, and giving the maximum productivity. Are we in the printing job, in this electronic world, more into proactive or are in reactive? By proactive, we mean in our system are everything available that we don't have to spend our time from the main work, but divert ourselves to other activities to make the system running. If we say yes, this is what we're looking at, that more productivity, green environment, green the world, then certainly that we are looking at. I think many of you also have into the system, but might not have compiled full, or maybe you are sharing the same thing. Managed print services. This is connected for more productivity. This is connected for print control. And this is connected for saving the print cost. These three are the main directions in the field, and also connected to environment. This again is a report. In fact, ladies and gentlemen, my presentation is more on reports and statistics. on which basis the R&D, on which basis the Canon is doing the development. This shows the report, these are from connected from the internet, this shows like for 10,000 A4 size papers is equivalent to cutting one tree. The report says on year-to-year basis 20% is spent is on e-waste. That means we are using more number of electronic goods. We are using more number of papers. And it also shows like per person all over the world in connected to electronic industry, connected to printing, are using at least 5 equipments or at least using 5 equipments and consuming electricity. As a alternative, as a solution, like to less consumption of electricity, less usage of paper, and more greenery around. This is what is our proposition, which many of you also are into it today, is what we call as MDS, Managed Document Service, where all we talk about less number of goods, equipments, and more productivity. This is basically managing the services to complete the printing. And I will print and workflow solution to stop paper and e-waste. This is basically a paradigm shift from whatever we are using today to the next level. This is how we are connected, this process, how we are connected to, can help you out in reducing carbon footprint or more greenery, less wastage of paper, and selected number of electronic goods, so that the e-waste, which we are getting now 20% on year-to-year basis, comes down. This is what, as I said before, is Canon MDS, our contribution into this e-governance. How do we approach it? One is that this is just an idea for like what we mean by this. This is something like we discover like what exactly we are looking for in terms of printing, in terms of scanning, what we are looking for in terms of number of pages we want to copy. All this together, we can understand exactly the requirement is and accordingly design. Design, I mean like what exactly number of equipments you will require, how much electricity you like to consume, how much paper you like to consume. Accordingly, the set can be made. And then this will be a sort of a transition from what is available today, where all maybe a small office having 15 printers. In place of that, you will be supported with 1 printer. For that, 1 scanner, 1 altogether. For that, maybe a person have to walk down 3 or 4 feet to get a printout. That thing, from the transition from the today's setup to the next level, is what is required. And in this transition, and the necessary support we can provide, where all the person concerned is connected to what his role is, other part we can take care of. I'll just elaborate how and what we mean by that. And also periodically we can review. Exactly, are we in the same track, are we in the right line, or we have to deviate from it with some changes. In short, this is the value chain. Here, ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to say that whatever we are showing here is possible for Bihar or rest of in Patna or rest of other places also. We are not available, we are not present. Canon doesn't have an office in Bihar or in Patna for that matter, but we are represented by our partner here, India Marketing. Today with us, the head of India Marketing, Kishore Chaudhary, with his team, and our manager for Bihar, Mr. Dinesh Kumar Singh, are available. They are the one who will represent Canon to help you out in sorting out this. In this line of MDS, what we are talking about is the hardware. We can select the number of hardware. We can sell it off to you. We can give it on lease to you. We can give it on rent to you. We can provide the service, on-site service. We can make the service engineer available to you. Take care of your everything A to Z so that the IT is concentrating only on his job. The rest is taken care of by us. The required softwares for, as I mentioned here, input solution. If in a small office, if someone is using 1 or 2 big size machine, taking care of his printing and all, every output can be from that machine itself as an input solution. You can come to know like exactly who else has done what. in terms of copying, in terms of printing, or an output solution. Like it's connected to a software, Uniflow we call it. This is also made in Germany by Canon. Or can be a step ahead of it. If you want to scan something, archive something, or retrieve something, all compiled together, the services and hardware is provided under this and from us or through our partner. So this is what the MDH approach is. First is print, control. Second is the enhancement of the print. What all print, how all you can do. And third is innovate beyond print. Something you want to scan, something you want to archive, something you want to retrieve. Basically this all compiled together is looking at one goal, like less electricity, less paper, more concentration, more productivity. And for that we, from Canon, we provide hardware, software and services. Basically to this, a different way of looking at the print technology, printing system, or scanning system. In brief, this is exactly what we'd like to share with you about MDH from Canon. Thank you.